Dudes, what's up? Selfie Blue! And I think it's time for a little walk and talk. Had a really stressful week so far. A lot of assignments and a lot of exams to write. That's all done, and now it's on to the summer session of school, which I got to take on in a minute. Actually, we start this week, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. So I was just thinking about, in my last video, I was talking about goals and about how we, one of the things I want to do is I really want to clean out my, my apartment and move more into minimal living. And it reminded me of this commercial that was on probably a couple of years ago when I was at work. We were always watching, like the World Cup was on, I believe. So it was a commercial for like maybe Heineken or Carlsberg or Stella's, or maybe it was for jeans. In fact, I really don't remember. But in the commercial, it was basically this this guy is standing there like in his boxers, and he's probably like in Italy or Spain, and his girlfriend basically kicks him out of the apartment. He's knocking on the door, he's like, "Hey, let me in," and she's like, "No," and she's yelling at him in Italian or something. So what happens is he runs down the stairs and out onto the street where she's throwing all his clothes, and he goes on down and he puts on like his favorite pair of jeans, pulls on a t-shirt, grabs, you know, probably his phone and his wallet with his credit card, and he takes off and he runs on over to like, strolls on over to the cafe, and he sits down and orders himself, you know, a nice cold Heineken or whatever type of beer it is that he's drinking, and he watches, you know, the football match on TV, and he doesn't really seem to care too much about it. And I thought, man, that's kind of, in a way, kind of like liberating, you know? Being in a position to where you just have your clothes on. And I don't mean in kind of like the hobo way, but I mean like liberating in the way of, he doesn't have like a lot of things to worry about, you know? Like, oh man, I got my wallet and I have my credit card. I could always buy a new shirt, new pants. You know, I'll just go and stay at a friend's house or rent a room on my own, and you know what? Everything's okay. It doesn't really matter that much, right? Because he's kind of like free. And I kind of like that idea, you know, especially if you think about the times we live in. We live in a time where as long as you have your credit card and your bank card and money in the bank and your laptop and your mobile phone, you don't really need a lot else. You know, it's like everything you need is right there, right? Like you don't have to worry about all this collecting all the stuff, you know, if you just being kind of free and let loose. And like I said, I was talking about, I don't mean it like in the hobo way where, you know, you're actually like hooked on drugs, or sometimes you see some of the hobos, you know, they're like pushing these shopping carts with all their belongings on it, and or you see like these folk punk kids, you know, like they're all walking around with these big backpacks on, you know, hey man, we're out traveling, yeah, we're free, but their backpacks weigh like more than they do, and their dogs even have backpacks. Like, I don't understand that idea of being like, it's like a punishment, you know? It's like being a turtle and you're carrying this big shell on your back. I like the idea of being streamlined, you know, trimming the fat, being free to move and to go places. Now, there's something about, you know, owning the property. Of course you want to do that. It's better than paying rent and that. But I like the idea of trimming the fat, of you being enough. You know what I mean? Like, you are enough. You have what it takes, and you don't need that big screen television or that closet full of clothes, that you're strong enough and you're tough enough and you're satisfied enough with you. That's what I think about when I come to minimal living. That idea of just not having a lot of belongings and being able to be enough with yourself. And all the stuff you do collect, you don't mind getting rid of it. You don't mind if all of a sudden tomorrow you have to move to a new city and everything you have, you can just rebuy. That idea, what a cool idea. Everything I own, I could just leave and rebuy. Money in the bank, credit card, bank card, laptop, mobile phone, modern, convenient, stylish. You. That's what I'm just thinking about. It's just ideas I'm playing around with, guys.